Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another account tour, account overview, because we've hit some big milestones since the last one, and the top end of my account has grown drastically within the last few months since we did the last update of this type of video. We also hit 6 million total hero base rating, which is really cool. So to put that number actually into perspective, I want to show you guys something cool. So if we go to the leaderboard and put this to legends, so I'm actually 8th in the world for legend points, which is cool. But the reason why I wanted to show you guys this was because an old rival of mine, self-proclaimed rival here, is Jenserim. And I guess I still haven't passed him yet. But we're getting there. We're getting close to passing him. He's at 6.5 million total base hero rating, and we're at just over 6 million now. And so the reason I tell you guys is because when I first started playing this game back in 2016, Jenser M, he was the highest rated account in the entire game, and of course I was a brand new noob. And I remember telling myself that, and like just looking at the leaderboard, like seeing these guys' accounts, like it motivated me to grind, to get better, to spend a little bit on the game, to really try to catch up to those big accounts. And yeah, to almost have finally caught up to that guy. It's crazy. I mean, it's been like 7 years. It's been a long race. It's been a long race. And it's one-sided. I don't even think he knows who I am. So, yeah. But just wanted to share that little fun story with you guys. But all right, man, let's go ahead and get into this. So, let's go through the titles real quick. We got some cool stuff. The content creator title and the badge that comes with it is pretty cool. But I have the mythic one, so that badge stays first, and that title is awesome. We got a couple legend ones. I think these were from Danger Rooms and Incursions. And then, of course, the OG legend title. It's still one of my favorite titles in the game. Red is my favorite color, so like that legend title just looks so good. Let's just throw it on. Looks fire. And then yeah, got a bunch of other cool titles. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite titles. Battle Realm Brawler. That's what we got for getting top 8 for the Brawl. That's a very special title. And then yeah, this year I think was the Celestial Being. Yeah, for my account being 7 years old. There's some really cool new titles. I think there's one called Battle Realm Beyonder. I think that's the newest one. Ooh, that's a fire title. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, we'll just quickly scroll through the rest of these titles. I have a lot. I'm probably missing some, but I definitely have most of the titles in the game, which was really cool because they released a title alongside the Necropolis at the end of last year, which the title was King of the Dead. So King of the Dead was going to be the first person to 100% explore the Necropolis. But funny thing is that I'm already a King of the Dead. Where is it at? Should be up here a little bit more. Yeah, right here. King of the Dead. So I got this title from 100% completing Rise of the Black Panther Master Difficulty in 2018. So yeah, I've already been King of the Dead for half a decade. I was King of the Dead way before Necropolis came out. But yeah, all right, that's the profile. So we're over 6 million base hero rating, 22,000 prestige, dude. Our prestige has been shooting on up, which is awesome. We've got some relics. All right, let's start taking a tour of the account. So let's start with Battlegrounds right now, just because currently what's going on, show you guys where I'm at. So at the time I'm uploading this, I should just be like leaving to go to Las Vegas to stay with the current Celestial 1 gamer, which is my best buddy here, Andrew the Rough. So I'm going to be staying at his place for about the final week of the Battleground season, and we are just going to be grinding together. It's going to be so much fun. Obviously, I have a little bit of a ways to go to catch up to him. I am 230 points behind, so a long way to go in the final week. I've definitely made it more of a challenge for myself, but that's okay. But yeah, so right now we're at 407 points. I think, yeah, I've been doing pretty good so far in this new meta. Yeah, I've been doing really good actually so far in this new meta. I'm really liking it. I really prefer it to Power Shield personally. I find Power Shield a lot more fun, but Safeguard is a lot more predictable, and like the outcome is not so random. Whereas with Power Shield, like it's a bit of a guessing game for me sometimes with drafting, with placements, for all that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, so currently we are 37th in the world, and our goal is to finish top 3. So we do definitely have a ways to go. Here is the deck. We'll show that off as well. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, that's Battlegrounds. All right, let's go ahead now. Move on to, let's go crystals real quick. Show you guys the crystal vault. Nothing crazy in here. Let's just pop a quick Valiant daily. I think that's tier 5. As far as free crystals go, I got 420, the old Paragon ones, so I'm saving those for, you know, whatever challenge arises. And then of the new Valiant ones, I'm almost at 169 already, so I've been stockpiling up on those. What else do I got to show you guys? Nothing really too crazy here. We have 44 4-star Awakening gems. We got 566 tier 3 class Catalyst crystals, 153 tier 4 class. Damn. Yeah, I don't remember last time I opened up one of these. I don't think I've ever had this many. That's actually funny. Yeah, not a whole bunch here. Over here, not much either. I am saving my relics for whenever the next batch of relics gets added. I'm not saving the 6-star ones, but 5-star and below, I'm holding out. And as soon as those new relics get added, I should be able to, you know, acquire all of them at least at some relic star level. Don't have enough for a Titan yet, but I will after this Battlegrounds season. So very, very excited for that. Hopefully, you know, we end top 3 and we get a banger pull for all that hard work. And nothing really in this tab. Let's go over the inventory and then let's get to the good stuff, the champions. So let's go through the entire inventory real quick. So alloys, there we go. This doesn't really matter. Embers, this does not matter. Other, there's some interesting stuff in here if it wants to load. There we go. Yeah, so these are the new sigil credits for 117 of those. Once I get enough, I can pick up a 7-star sigil witch. Here's my platinum pool pieces. So I have 4 of the 7-star ones. And you need 7, right? 7 pieces. Yeah, so I'm more than halfway, but still pretty far out. Yeah, I don't have a Deathless Guillotine yet as a 7-star. I've still been kind of holding out on that. Gonna do that very, very soon here. Very soon. Pick that up, get that last piece, and then we can start collecting the King Groot piece. I haven't even claimed that yet either. This will be the year of Deathless Champion, so I'm sure by the end of this year, I'll probably have all of them. But at the start of this year, I have none of them yet. Yeah, and then let's jump over to boosts. Nothing really important here. Champion items. Nothing really too important here. Generic 3 to 4 gem, and what is cool is this at plus 200 6-star signature stone. Just instantly sigs you under the champion. That's pretty neat. Probably use that on like some new champion, like maybe February champion or something. Whatever champion, I want to use this on whatever champion basically is really good that I get as a brand new 6-star that will take a long time to have a chance to get the 7-star basically. For example, you know, Onslaught, Bullseye, and White Tiger, these are 3, you know, new champions, but they're all going to be in the next Titan batch, so I'm going to have a chance to get them as a 7-star. Whereas, you know, after January, once we get into February, those new champions, it's going to be a couple months before they're implemented into the Titans. So I feel like it'd be most worthwhile to give one of those new champions, brand new champions, the SIG 200 gem and just boom, get them up instantly. That's the plan with that. With health and energy, I've been trying to build back the stash. It was not completely, but heavily depleted after the Necropolis. Which we'll jump to in a second as well and show that off that we did it. But yeah, I've been making my way back. I managed to retain pretty much most of my romance stuff. I didn't really I had to dip into it a little bit, but retained the bulk of that. We're back up to 19 level 2 team revives. This is just, from completing the daily objectives like hero use level up. And we're up to 6 out of 25 of these 20%. The only way for me to get these now is to run the what's it called, the apothecary, and I usually forget to do that. So over like the course of the last month, I've done it like 6 times. That's where these 6 revives have come from. So I got to do that a little bit more, get that back up to 25 just to be prepared for whatever comes my way. And yeah, so before we jump to the catalysts, actually let's go show off the Necropolis. So yeah, so at the start of last year, 2023, we had Eternity of Pain, and we smashed that out. I'm pretty sure I asked Kabam if they could confirm it, but they couldn't. Maybe I could ask them again. Maybe they'd have those numbers for me. But I'm pretty sure I was the first person in the world to 100% Grief Incarnate, which is essentially just Eternity of Pain, but without any champ swap nodes, and you have to do it all at once. And all you get for doing this is a profile picture. The day these challenges dropped, I did this one first, whereas most other people went to the other side, which has actual rewards, which is the smart thing to do. I used up like all my items on the incarnate part, but I'm pretty sure I was the first person in the world to have beaten that, which is pretty cool. I don't know, just a guess. Again, not confirmed, but I was definitely up there. Definitely up there. But the Necropolis. So Necropolis is done. I definitely was not the first anything in completing this. I took my sweet time, and honestly, that was refreshing. It's definitely a different approach for me. Whereas I'm used to just blitzing content. Day one, like I just talked about with Grief Incarnate. However, the change of pace, I've been digging it. As I grow older, things change, and like I find it a lot more enjoyable to take my time, slow and steady, and just have fun with it, instead of just blitzing day one, going as hard and fast as I can just to get the rewards. I don't know. It was enjoyable to take my time, and man, these rewards were pretty nutty. We got the extra mastery point from the initial completion. We got some class-based 7 stars. We got the 6-star Maestro, and of course the 2 to 3 rank up gem, which we got tech out of, and then 100% rewards. 7-star Maestro, the champion selector. I picked Korg out of this, and then the 2 to 3 gem. We ended up giving that to Sasquatch. Yeah, we get it to the big boy Sassy. But yeah, Necropolis was an absolute blast. We can talk about that more during my crypt video, but yeah, I think Necropolis, some of the best content that we've ever seen. So before we get into champions, let's just go over our catalysts real quick. So tier 1 doesn't matter, tier 2 doesn't matter, tier 3 matters a little bit on the basics. So we're at 9 tier 3 alphas. Tier 4 matters again for the basics. So for tier 4 alpha, this is currently the most sought after resource in the game. I'm sitting at about 1 1/4. So, and we need 3 of them to take a champion from 7-star rank 2 to 7-star rank 3, not to mention multiple tier 6 class catalysts and other stuff. But yeah, I'm not even halfway on this material. But with Alliance raids now being introduced, we are going to be getting some more of that, which will be good. And tier 5 doesn't really matter. Pro tip, guys. Pro tip. You can actually, I'm sure a lot of you know this, that you're able to now, sell these catalysts here, which, don't get me wrong, is fantastic. and you should absolutely be taking advantage of. But what also you can do now is you're able to sell tier 5, and you're able to sell it for tier 6 class catalyst fragments. So big pro tip here, be careful with this information. This is very dangerous information to have, because if you're impulsive, you're going to run out of tier 5 class catalysts very quickly. So do with this information what you will. Be careful with it. Don't completely put yourself into a T5 CC drought. But yeah, I've been selling a bit. So yeah, use that information as you will. And then we jump over to the biggest and most important catalyst, and that is the tier 6. Well, I mean, tier 4 alpha is the most important, technically, but you guys know what I mean. Tier 6 is way more relevant right now, and again, it's needed to take a champion rank 3 as well. So, you know, I would say this is like the most important resource right now, until the game really starts to shift to rank 3s, because right now, you know, I only have 3 rank 3s, which we'll get to in a sec. But yeah, for these catalysts, overflowing on tech, so much, too much tech, too much tech, and everything else don't have much of. I actually formed the Science Catalyst with some raid rewards, which is really cool. And then this Mystic, I actually sold about like 7 tier 5 class Mystic class catalysts to get to form this, because we had so much glory due to the raid bug that I pretty much just purchased the entire glory store. Like, let's go to my glory store for a quick sec. Look at this. I bought the place dry, basically. Let's just reset today so we can pick more of those up. But yeah, we pretty much bought out everything other than like the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 selectors. But I did pick up 9 of these tier 5 class catalyst selectors, and then again, I just sold them for tier 6 class catalyst fragments. So yeah, little pro hack there if you're overflowing on glory. Yeah, bought out that glory store. All right, though, let's get into the best part, though, and that is the champions. So let's quickly go from top to bottom. So 1 stars, missing 1 star Stark Spidey. I gotta get this guy soon. Captain America as well. Gotta complete the 1 star roster. 2 stars, I have a lot, and I think most of them, if not all of them, are max rank and level. Not Sig level, though. Oh, no, this guy's not ranked up. That's a new one. But I am missing a ton of 2 stars. The 2 star roster is pretty incomplete. The 3 star roster, on the other hand, is pretty good. We have, again, a lot of champs max rank. Not all of them, but I would say, like, maybe not half. Maybe like a third, though, are max rank. And I'm not missing that many. You know, less than two rows of unknown 3 stars, so that's pretty dope. 4 stars, don't have a ton ranked up. It's a little deceiving because none of them are ascended either, but yeah, these are the 4 stars. Again, I'm not missing, I don't think I'm missing a ton of 4 stars. Yeah, only 4. Wow. 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 Okay. I can complete my 4 star roster. That's actually pretty cool. Cassian Werewolf shouldn't be that hard to get. And then just Bullseye and White Tiger. Cool. All right. See how the 5 star roster is looking. I have 5 5-star ascensions, and those are Guillotine 2099, Magic, Quake, Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, and Ultron. This guy Classic? Yeah, Ultron. I want to call him Prime, but Ultron Classic. So there's the ascended 5 stars. And then as far as 5 stars that we're missing, not too many either. Again, a little over 1 row. 1 row, 1 champion. So not too bad on the 5 stars. All right, let's jump to some of the good stuff, the 6. Let's start from the bottom here and work our way up. So for unowned 6 stars, again, it's not too much. I actually have every single 6 star in the current basic pool, to my knowledge. If you know one of these guys just got added, then maybe I'm missing them. But last time I checked, I have every single champion in the 6 star basic pool, which is really neat because it basically just means, you know, anytime you open up a 6 star basic crystal, a 6 star Nexus crystal, you're guaranteed to get 7 star shards. It's a nice little guarantee to have, you know, and it just makes getting your next 7 star crystal that much easier, that much quicker. But yeah, we're really not missing too many 6 stars. All right, let's put this to 6 star. So these are the rank 1s, you know, champions I really don't care about. champions, that probably exist as 7 stars, and I have their 7-star counterpart, or I want their 7-star counterpart, or I'm just not interested in the champion at all. And then at rank 2, these are champions that I initially was going to take up, but for some reason I didn't take them any further. Yeah, and then rank 3s are champions where, like, I like them. I'll take them to rank 3 if I dig with them, or maybe I like them in the past. Maybe I want to get them to rank 4, like that's Omega Red. I had him at Sig 180, and I recently pulled him from a crystal, so now he's Sig 200. So he's a tempting one to take up. I don't know, though. And then, yeah, some other champions here, like Photon. Took her up to 6-star rank 3, and I had her in my deck for a while. Yeah, I'd like to get Wolverine up. I was debating taking Silk up, but, of course she exists as a 7-star. Then we get to our rank 4. So our rank 4s, this is, like, I'd say the bare minimum level for, like, competitive Battlegrounds. Like, you don't really want to be running any champions below rank 4 in your deck. And even, like, rank 4s are starting to become the new rank 3s, but, they're still viable, I'd say, for sure, especially depending on the meta. For example, the first Battlegrounds meta of this season, rank 3s were viable because of Power Shield. It allowed for lower level champions to work just fine. But in a meta like Safeguard, I wouldn't really want to go below the rank 4 level. But yeah, here we have the rank 4s. So Bullseye, brand new rank 4. Really debating on taking him up. Yeah, I think I will take him to rank 5. He might even be rank 5 by the time you're watching this. Let's see. But yeah, those are the rank 4s. And once we get to our rank 5, so let's first put this to, I guess, just rank 5 for Ascension. Yeah, there we go. So here are our unascended rank 5 champions here. And some of these I do regret. Like, I'd say, yeah, I regret a few here. So if I had, it's a bit weird because, like, I ranked them for a certain reason, at a certain time period. But now, now, if I had ranked down tickets, I would definitely use them. So let's say I had 3 ranked down tickets, 3 generic ranked down tickets. Okay, let's just play that game for a second. Who would I rank down? So I'd rank down Warlock first, because I have the 7-star now. I'd rank down Adam Warlock second, because again, I have him as a 7-star and Awakened. So those two would get instantly ranked down, just so I can focus on their 7-star counterparts. I could take their 7-star counterparts to rank 2 after I rank them down. So I mean, those make sense, and then I'd probably also rank down Tuma. I took a Tuma to rank 5, 6200, like right after he was buffed, and I don't like him. I'm not a fan of using him on defense. Like, even when he was in my deck in metas he's good for, I would just never draft him. I'd never draft him, and in turn, I would never put him on defense. So, like, I don't know. And, like, people would use a Tuma against me, and he wouldn't really mess me up too much. I usually always ended up winning those rounds. So, like, I just, yeah. And he exists as a 7-star now, so yeah. If I had 3 ranked down tickets, that's who I'd rank down. Even though I don't have a 7-star Tuma, I don't use him anyway, so yeah. But then we have our very special 6-star champions that we took to the next level. They're ascended. These are the champions that have the stats to compete with 7-stars. Even with 7-star rank 3s, like ascended 6-stars are just below that. Like they're able to keep up. They're like ascended 6-star champions are, aside from 7-star rank 3s, they're the most meta relevant champs in the game. Like, if I had to pick between an unduped 7-star rank 2 or an ascended 6-star rank 5 6200, it's the 6-star ascended all day long. Not even close. If the 7-star is awakened, then it's a little bit closer, but still probably, it depends on the champion, but still probably favor the 6-star, especially if they have a need for the high sig. And so our 6-stars that we ascended was Nick Fury, first. Nick Fury is just that guy on offense, on defense. He's just such a beast. After Nick Fury, I ascended Absorbing Man, my personal favorite 2023 champion. He started the year off just with such a bang, and I got my first ever Deathless War season last year, primarily using Absorbing Man, just running through Path 9. Such an incredible champion. Then we took up Kate Bishop. We ascended her for the Necropolis. We took up Scorpion, the best science champion in the game. We took up Future Ant-Man, another incredible 2023 champion that does not exist as a 7-star and that does want Max Sig, so he's just a perfect candidate for Ascension. Him and Absorbing Man and Kate, all fall into that category of these champions that do not exist as 7-stars, that are incredible, that you want to invest all the way in. So that's why they're ascended. And then I took up Hulkling. Now, I think Hulkling does not need to be ascended. Of course, he's a good option. Of course, it benefits him. I'm just saying that Hulkling is already so good, right? On Battlegrounds, offense, defense, war attack, wherever. Hulkling is already so good. On my list of champs to ascend, he was not this high. He shouldn't have been ascended. But there was a final war of the season where I had a scary fight, and Masters was on the line. So I took one for the team, ascended Hulkling to be super extra safe. Cleared war, we got Masters. So yeah, can't be mad at it. And I like Hulkling, I do. So yeah, it's just I would definitely ascend Hulkling one day. I just didn't want to ascend him this soon, but he's a GOAT, so it's all good. I'm not mad at all about it. I just would have rather ascend someone that gets a little bit more, that needs it a little bit more, like Gallon. Gallon really benefits from that ascension because he, that's one of the only ways to really increase his harvest damages to take him to that next rank. So, I just would have rather put it to better use, someone like that. But those are the 6-star ascended gods. All right, now let's jump to the best part, the 7-star roster. And man, oh man, has this 7-star roster come a long way. So let's start with unknown champions, actually. I'll tell you guys my most wanted additions to the 7-star roster. So let's start with the basic pool. So out of the current basic pool, I'd say, I wouldn't mind pulling Terrax, Sunspot, Shang-Chi, Null, Guardian. Yeah, those I would love, absolutely love to pull those champions out of my next 7-star basic. Out of specialty crystals, I would really like Mojo. He's available only in the Incursion crystal. Same with Hulkbuster. Man, I would love one of these big fellers. I will have a 7-star. I'm going to be doing a crystal opening with Celestial One Andrew the Rough when I'm staying with him. And then I will have a Loyalty and an Incursion crystal to open. So I'm really hoping that Andy can pull me a Hulkbuster or Mojo. That'd be so sick. And then out of the current Titan, or technically the next Titan as well, because Onslaught's going to be in there. White Tiger's going to be in there. Havoc is going to be in there. Bullseye's going to be in there. I'd love to pull any of those champs. That'd be so good. And then Lady Deathstrike's going to be added to the basic pool alongside Silk, Crossbones, Danny Moonstar, and one other, and Kindred, and Hyperion. All 6 of those champions will be added in the basic pool. So I'd love to get any of them just from the basic. And then there's also these new champions, Stark Spidey, Spider-Man 99, and Masacre, that exist as 7-stars now. So Stark Spidey, man, that's who I need to get as a 7-star. Like I showed you guys already, I have 5 T6CC Tech Catalysts right now. So I'd love to take Spidey up, bro. That'd be the best place those Tech Catalysts could go, would be to Spider-Man. But all right, now let's get to the good stuff. So for my own champion, so these are my 7-star rank 1 roster. The rank 1 roster alone has come so far just since the last account tour. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how much the account has come. We got some really epic additions like Juggernaut. He's definitely a champ that I'm trying to get up soon. Warlock, great pull. Got Iron Man. This one was from a Titan. So yeah, that was one of my Titan pulls. Danny Moonstar was another one of my Titan pulls. Not the most happy about that. Colossus was another one of my Titan pulls. Thanos here, this guy we got out. This is probably going to be my most viewed short on my channel. Yeah, we just popped him out of a Greater Bank of Crystal, and I happened to be recording. I spun it out, and out popped a 7-star Thanos. So you know that's cool. War Machine here. This was my first ever 7-star from a featured Paragon Crystal. I've never pulled a 7-star from a regular 1% drop rate Paragon, but from the featured Paragons, I have pulled a couple, and War Machine was my first ever one. Angela here's Rafa pulled that for me out of the Incursion Crystal. This was my first Incursion Crystal, Captain America. Got Diablo. I definitely want to get Diablo up. Got duped Emma now. Got Ma. He was from my Legend Selector. I got a Sig 80 Falcon somehow. It's my highest Sig 7-star, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. But what I am happy about is this guy right here. So like I mentioned already, you know, I had Adam now as a 7-star, but not only do we have him awakened too. Like, oh, definitely want to get this guy up. I'd say like the two champions that I want to take to rank 2 the most out of all of these 7-star rank 1s is number 1. Well, I don't really have a number 1. It's pretty much tied, but it's Juggernaut and Adam. Those are the top 2 that I want to take to rank 2 the most out of my entire 7-star rank 1 roster. But all right, let's change gears a little bit and go to 7-star rank 2s, because man, look how many we have now. We have, was that 6, 12, 18 rank 2s, and then 3 7-star rank 3s. So let's go over the rank 2s first. So we have Storm Pyramid X, one of my most recent rank 2s, and bro, this rank up has been saving my. I'm pretty sure if I just show you my very last Battlegrounds match, I thought for sure I lost this, but Storm, dude, like right after this round, I was like, that was a good rank up. That was such a good rank. I was fighting a rank 3 Kushala here with my Kushala, and it was not going well. But Storm Pyramid X just clutched up and came through. So yeah, that was a big dub for Storm there. She has been incredible. I'm so happy that I decided to take her up to rank 2. Whoops, that's 6-star. So yeah, Storm's been a really, really great addition to the 7-star rank 2 roster. Mangog, he was someone I was pretty excited about to get his 7-star and taking to rank 2. However, he's been kind of disappointing, and I haven't really taken him too much. And I think the reason for that is just because, you know, the science class is so powerful that, you know, like my opponents seem to always have like a Scorpion or a Spider-Ham or a Titania or a Hulk or something. And if they have any one of those 4 champions, I feel like if I draft Mangog and put him down, he's just going to get rinsed. You know, whereas Sasquatch, he's at least going to still take a little bit of time. But Mangog, yeah, I don't know. I don't really use him too much. He's been a bit of a disappointment to me. Korg, bro, like I said, we picked Korg from the selector, from 100%ing Necropolis. You know, I could pick any 7-star in the basic pool. I already pointed out a few that I was missing, like Terrax, Sunspot, just don't have them. And those are part of the OG basic pool. But what did I do? I didn't pick a new champion. I picked a first-time awakening on Korg. And man, oh man, was that a good decision. Like, Korg is good in every single Battlegrounds meta on defense. And in some metas, he's really, really good. Like, I think picking Korg was just such a good decision for me and my account and my goals. And yeah, just having such a powerful defender in my deck to draft anytime he pops up, it's just been huge and extremely well worth it. Very, very happy with that decision. Picking a first-time dupe on Korg. Mysterio, he was one of my like very first rank 2s. I just didn't have, you know, a lot of options at first. And so unduped Mysterio into rank 2. And these days, I don't really draft him too much. I don't use him too much. He's not bad by any means, but just champs that can do a lot more, and I don't think he's that good of a defender these days at rank 2. He served his purpose though. Then we have Morbius, who in the last video we had him, but we didn't have him awakened, and it was crazy, man, because our after our first completion of Necropolis, we picked up the Kushala and Morbius early access bundle. It was Kushala's early access bundle, um, but it had a chance to get Morbius. These are two champions I really wanted both of them as 7 stars, and one new on a 10 pop. And I'm like, all right, that's gonna be like a 4-star Kushala, and it was. But we also just happened to dupe 7-star Morbius in that 10 pop, which was also like pretty much the first time I bought a deal in about 2 months. So yeah, it was a crazy start to spending again. Awakening my 7-star Morbius, and yeah, he's been a really really great champion. I used him a ton for the last Decay War season. I also uploaded a full video pretty much using Morbius for Awaken for pretty much the whole season. So if you guys want to see some Morbius action, definitely check that out. He crushed that season. We have Spider-Ham here, who was one of my Titan pulls. Man, I can't think of another champion that scaled like as good as Spider-Ham did with the transition from 6-star to 7-star. Like there's no other champion in the entire game that comes to mind that like did just such a complete 180 in like the community's opinion on the champion. Like the entire community has never thought of Spider-Ham as a bad champion. We've thought of him as a good champion, but not one of the best, not one of the GOATs. But there have always been like a group of Spider-Ham lovers, that just diehard fans and cannot recommend him enough. They say he's top tier, they say he's the best, but you just think, well, you're just a Spider-Ham lover, so you're biased. And that's what I thought for a long time. But then he came out as a 7-star. We saw him do just nutty, absolutely nutty things in the Battleground Brawl on stage, and yeah, this guy came out as a 7-star, and oh my god, he is just so stupidly incredible as a 7-star, man. Like, once I actually learned how to play him properly, and I started using him against like rank 3 Sasquatches, like he was outperforming my Scorpion, my Titania, my Morbius. Like he's outperforming all of these science champions that I was regarding as like some of the best, and it's like, holy crap, like, okay, can't argue with math anymore. Like, numbers don't lie. The numbers that this guy is putting out proves that he is one of the best science champs in the game, and it's as simple as that. Like, yeah, I'm so happy to have gotten him as a 7-star. And right before, like the season before that happened, I took my 6-star Spider-Ham up to rank 4, and then I pulled a 7-star. So at the time, it was a little bit bittersweet because I had to sacrifice some tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha, but hey, that's fine. I don't mind sacrificing catalysts if I pull a really great champion at a higher star level. Like it might feel a little bit bad at first, but for the long term, it's absolutely worth it. The sacrifice is absolutely worth it, and I am so happy to have a 7-star Piggles Spider-Ham. Like this guy's just so goofy, funny, so many nicknames for him, so much shenanigans. Like he's awesome, dude. Plus he's a Spider-Man character. I love him. Yeah, it's one of my best Titan pulls for sure. And then we have Bishop Awakened, who I took Bishop. He's again one of my first rank 2s, but we've just recently awakened him, which is awesome. I've been drafting him more, putting him on defense more, and he has been causing problems, which I love to see. Domino, this was my first ever awakened 7-star champion. Shout out to my doggo Ace. He actually opened this one for me. And yeah, Domino's great. Would love to get some more SIGs on her. But yeah, she's like one of the few champions in the entire game that I actually want more SIG levels on. I wouldn't mind having a SIG 40. Then we have Kushala here, who again, from a Titan pull, and just one of my luckiest Titan pulls for sure. I'd say Kushala and Spider-Ham, top 3 of my Titan pulls for sure, dude. Just so lucky. She was my number 1 best option in the video, and I said that. And first crystal, we pulled her. Like, just won the freaking lottery. She's a Kabam DLL champion. The only problem I have with Kushala is, like, I seem to suck with her. Like, I showed you guys that fight where I was fighting Kushala with Kushala. It was not going good. I think I just need to practice with her more. I don't know. But she is such a good champion. I'm really, really happy to have her on the roster. We have America Chavez, who I picked from another base pool selector. I think this one was from Cyber Weekend for buying all the deals. I got another champion selector, which I picked her out of, and then that allowed me to have no reservations with picking Korg from 100% of the Necropolis selector. Next up, we have Titania. She was, again, one of my very first 7-stars, one of my first ranked 2s, and I'd say one of my most powerful ranked 2s early on for sure. One of my very few Sig 40s. It's one of the few Sig 40s I didn't mind too much. Obviously, I would rather have like a new champ, but yeah, it's not bad Sig, so yeah, big fan of Titania, and maybe take her to rank 3. I'm not sure. She just does such a good job at rank 2. I'm not really in a rush to take her up. Then we have Hulk, who I really wanted Hulk. I was dead set on picking Hulk from a whatchamacallit, from the baseball selector, but we happened to just get super lucky and pull him before that, so we didn't need to. We could have awakened him, and I do want to get my Hulk awakened. Hulk is a champion that I could absolutely see myself taking up to rank 3. If Hulk was awakened, he might have already been rank 3. But definitely a future rank up, I could see this guy going up. Just need to get him awakened. And then, yeah. We have Killmonger here, who was one of my semi-more recent rank 2s. This was like right before I went to the Battleground Brawl for Vancouver. And while I was there, my good friend Padme, she opened a 7-star for me and awakened him. And he was already rank 2. So that made awakening him just all the more sweeter. And yeah, he's been a great defender. We have Werewolf by Night, and I would say... So I'd say my top 3 best Titan pulls in order. I don't know about... Well... Yeah, in no exact specific order. Spider-Ham, Kushala, and the Werewolf by Night. Those are my 3 best Titan pulls. And then I'd say Cheel 4th. We'll talk about her in a sec. But yeah, the Werewolf by Night, dude. This guy has been just absolutely amazing me. Every time I use him, wow. Like... I think the Werewolf by Night is the most underrated champion of 2023. And 2023 was one of the best years of champion releases ever. And yeah, this guy went heavily under the radar, but man, he is such a beast. I really like this character. He's another champion that I could absolutely see myself taking up to rank 3. Well, I'll talk about my rank 3 candidates actually once we're done talking about every individual champion. But yeah, Werewolf, definitely one of my best Titan pulls. And then, yeah, I'd say after Spider-Ham, Kushala, Werewolf, the next best pull was Cheel. So she wasn't like one of my most wanted. She was on my radar, but not one of my most wanted. But after pulling her, she would be on my most wanted. I think she is an incredible champion. I think she's still pretty underrated by a lot of people in the community. But yeah, man, her bleeds, her utility. She's the only skill champion in the entire game to have regeneration buffs. The only other skill champion in the game that even has any type of regen that's not willpower based is Blade. So like regen is such a rare thing in the skill class. She has that. She also has Tranquilize, which is also very rare. She has really nice guaranteed bleeds that she doesn't need to have like crits to apply or anything. It's just on her axe attacks, guaranteed bleeds. She has Cleanse. Just really nice kit. She works wonderfully, and yeah, I'd say one of the best 7-star skill champs in the game for sure. Very well rounded, also a decent defender. And we have Gladiator, who, in my opinion, is the worst champion, and a lot of other people share this opinion, the worst champion released of 2023, which is all the more bitter because he was the Summoner's Choice, the only champion that we voted for to be added to the game, and he just flopped so hard. He is confirmed to be getting a rebalancing tune-up, so I'm praying to Kabam Jesus that, that turns out well and it becomes a good champion. But right now, this current Gladiator is just terrible. I have him at rank 2, and I've never used him. After getting him, taking rank 2, I made a video on him. I took him into the most recent story content, defeated the boss that you need to become Valiant, did a lane with Gladiator. After I did that video, did that path, did that boss fight, I haven't used him since, pretty much, in any meaningful way, in any meaningful content, in any meaningful fight. Like I maybe goofed around with him here or there, but have not used him for anything. He has not been in any of my Battlegrounds decks, and even though this current Battlegrounds meta and season is all about damage over time, and Gladiator even has the tags for it. He gets boosted by the tags for it. He still can't do it. He's still not in my deck as a 7-star rank 2. Like, he's just terrible. So I picked him. But I did pick him. It's my own fault that I have him. I did not pull him from a Titan pull. I chose this. I chose this pain and misery from getting top 8 in the Battleground Brawl. I was able to pick any 7-star champion currently available in the game. And I picked Gladiator because I was like, Summoner's Choice. He has to get rebalanced. He has to become really good, right? So once those rebalancing changes, we see him. We'll see if that gamble paid off or not. But right now, it's a losing bet, but we'll see. And then one of my most recent rank 2s here we have is Venom. So Venom is a great champion. You know, he got buffed a while, many years ago. He's one of the first champions to really get buffed with when they started like this whole new thing. It was Venom and Carnage together. And you know, the Venom buff was decent. But what really makes Venom a meta-relevant and dominating champion in the current state of the game is this relic, this Venom relic. It really boosts him up. So, you know, like it increases his bleeds, it increases his buffs. Like it's just all good stuff. Makes Venom hit harder, do way more damage, and yeah, it really boosts him up. So having that relic on him now and having that rank 2, he has been so much fun. And just melting so many opponents. It's been fantastic. And then the final 7-star rank 2 that we have here is Big Daddy Maestro. You know, the grand prize for the Necropolis 100%. So we have him at rank 2. And initially I was going to take him to rank 3. But his PI is so low. Like, look, like it's below Venom. And Venom already has criminally low PI. Maestro is even lower. Like, that bugs me. That honestly, it bugs me more than it should. And I'm really hoping that this year there's some way to awaken 7-star Maestro. Hopefully there's some Karina challenge, maybe taking us back into Necropolis or something with a chance to get an awakening and to get a profile picture. I really want a profile picture for this guy. Like a green one with, you know, the superior class around it and Maestro just looking like super menacing. Oh, I really hope something like that. But yeah, Maestro, great champ. And yeah, easy rank 2. One of the best defenders in the game currently. So out of all of these 7-star rank 2s, you know, like who's on the list for rank 3? You know, like who's top of the list? So I would say say Werewolf is that on that list? I'd say Hulk is on that list. I'd say Spider-Ham's maybe on that list. And Maestro. And it's not a lot. Like, that's not a lot of champions I want to take to rank 3. And the thing is, it's because, like, the way I play the game and look at the game, you know, I want to take new champions to 7-star rank 3. Like, I want to get some 2024 champions up to rank 3. Like, just brand new annoying champions to really trip people up. Like Bullseye, he's a prime example of someone, or Onslaught, that I would just, those are like dream rank 3s for me right now. But as far as my current 7-star rank 3s here, this is what I am working with, and it's pretty good. So we have our very first rank 3, which was Shuri, and this was via the Tech 2-3 gem from completing Necropolis. So I didn't really have any other option for it realistically. I could have done Mysterio, you know, I could have done War Machine, I could have done Iron Man Infinity War Unduped. None of those options excite me in the slightest. But I had Unduped Shuri. And I highly rate Shuri pretty much everywhere in the game. You know, incursions, questing. She has a really awesome synergy that makes her really good for incursions and questing, actually. It's this synergy right here. So you start each fight with 10 indefinite precision passives. So, you know, if you're trying to do like a speed run, like I'm fairly confident I could easily do a Legends run with my 7-star rank 3 Shuri here for like the Heroic and the Master monthly difficulty. I'm pretty sure that's still a thing. Just with that synergy, you know, Shuri has guaranteed crits. So she just start the fight and you're critting super duper hard right off the rip. Your opponents just die so quickly. In like low levels of incursions, I bring Shuri with that team and just run through it so fast. Or just questing. It's fun and easy, and it's nice. So she's good for that type of content, which you wouldn't really think. And then, of course, her bread and butter is Necropolis, those super long form fights, but also, Battlegrounds. She is incredible two-way champion in Battlegrounds. She's such a versatile attacker, being able to take, like dominoes, atumas, just all kinds of stuff with her non-contact attacks, Rintras. She's immune to neutralize. Just so much that Shuri can do. She was really just a no-brainer 7-star rank 3 for me. There was no other 7-star tech champion in the game at that time that I'd rather take to rank 3. Hulkbuster would probably be like a close second, but I think Shuri's overall better still. And yeah, definitely a better defender. I think Shuri is a fantastic defender for Battlegrounds. Again, especially at 7-star rank 3. She's just annoying. You can't really just parry her easily. Her specials create some distance. She has that untouchable mechanic. She's just such a good champion. And again, luckily, we got her awakened from just a random 7-star. So that was so clutch, man. Oh yeah, having her unawakened at 7-star rank 3 definitely bugged me. I don't really want to have unawakened champs at 7-star rank 3 or higher. So that might be one of my kind of requirements going forward. But yeah, so great to have Shuri. And then we ended up taking up Sasquatch with the 100% Necropolis rewards. We had a generic 2 to 3 rank up gem, that I could give to anyone. And I was initially leaning Maestro, but again, him being unduped and the super low PI, and him just already being a brand new annoying defender, I figured he's going to be putting in a lot of work just at rank 2. So I felt like it would be more worthwhile to invest in an equally, if not bigger, beefy defender that is a little bit older, but could really benefit from the rank boost to to kind of counterbalance that his age and people's ability to fight him. So I took Sasquatch up to 7-star rank 3, and I also had seen like a lot of other top Battlegrounds players doing this. So I don't want to have to ban their 7-star rank 3 sassies. So if we both have a 7-star rank 3 sassy, then it's an even playing field. So this rank up was to kind of even the playing field, and Sasquatch is just such a beast. And my favorite thing with this rank up is that I've actually been using him a fair good amount on offense. Before I took Sasquatch to rank 3, I maybe played him like 1 or 2 times. After taking him to rank 3, I've played him probably 5 to 10 times. Like way more, like 5 times more than before he was rank 3. And he's actually won me a ton of matches, actually against Maestro. In the Power Shield meta, Sasquatch was actually one of my go-to options for Maestro. It was fantastic. Yeah, like Sasquatch is actually just such a beast. He's much better on offense than I realized, and now I actually kind of understand how to play him as well. His mediums being ruptures, his lights can gain more rage stacks to get into his Wrath of Tanarak faster. His heavies with the stagger for some buff control. He's a pretty decent attacker for how good he is on defense, So Sasquatch has been a fantastic addition to the rank 3s here, and I definitely don't regret it at all. And then that leads us to our final rank 3, and definitely my personal favorite, which is Spot. So, we made a whole video talking about this rank 3 Spot. It was, I didn't even mean, when I said Spot there, I meant Spot as in the rank 3 position. But yeah, there was a lot of contenders for that rank 3 position, but ultimately it had to go to my guy Spot, because it's my favorite champion in the entire game is Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. I love that guy, and Spider-Man's always been my favorite. I won my first ever tournament in this game in 2017, before I was even an adult. I was 17 at the time, where I live. 18 you become an adult. But yeah, I won my first ever tournament there with Stark Spidey. He carried me so hard. I would not have won it without him. And then pulling him before that tournament actually is kind of what blew up my account. Like my most viewed video, I think, was like 5K views, and it was like how to fight an Iceman. Actually, when Iceman came out, I'm pretty sure that's what the video was. And then my next highest viewing video was an opening for 5-star Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. I got like 30,000 views, and my subscriber count jumped from like 500 to 1,000. And it's all because of Stark Spider-Man. Like him just getting added to the game boosted my channel, and then helped me win my first ever tournament, and that also greatly boosted my channel. Like, I literally would not be here in front of you making these videos if it was not for Spider-Man, especially Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. So he is my favorite champion and always will be favorite champion in the game. But after him, number 2, second favorite champion is this guy right here, Spot. You know, he's a Spider-Man villain, so he has that connection to Spider-Man, my childhood, which I love. He has just such a cool look, such a cool design with the portals, the spots. Like, when you're actually playing Spot, the more spots that you gain from portal blocking, the more spots actually appear on his body. Like, it's so cool. Like, the way his kit and his playstyle works, like, it just makes logical sense for the character. It's a very unique playstyle, which is such a nice change of pace. From, you know, your standard 5-hit combos, intercepting everything with Spot. Like, it's a completely different play style, and I love that. It's a block heavy play style, which I'm actually just a really big fan of. I absolutely love it. But, you know, the thing kind of holding Spot back was, you know, he was a 6-star, and, you know, all these new crazy defenders are 7-stars. And, you know, of course, 7-stars have access to stat focus, which means block penetration is kind of the default for defense. So that just, you know, Spot has to block, that's built into his playstyle. So he was just kind of getting unnecessarily punished by the implementation of 7-stars and stat focus. So that definitely kind of, you know, brought the Spot stocks down, and he just, you know, wasn't performing as well as he should have been, or, you know, as he could have been. But then, you know, Spot being added as a 7-star, it doesn't completely fix that, but it definitely helps to counterbalance it a little bit. I would still say, you know, it's definitely a bit of a negative for Spot. But, you know, now that I have a 7-star Spot, I can combat that a little bit with my offensive stat focus here, which is just block proficiency. So more block proficiency just at our base, which is really good. Because, you know, once you're portal blocking, you get thousands upon thousands of block proficiency. But to build that first portal block, or it's based on your spots. So to build that first spot, you know, you need to take one blocked hit that, you know, you're not going to have all that block proficiency for to protect you against. So just having the stat focus really helps with that. And, you know, I did the math, I did the numbers, compared the spots, you know, so a 6-star rank 5, SIG 200 was slightly better than a 7-star rank 2, SIG 20. Only slightly, you know, like, it wasn't that big of a difference. So once I've realized that, I'm like, okay, yeah, 7-star rank 3 Spot is the way to go, because that's going to be better than a 6-star rank 5 SIG 200. I'm assuming it'd be better than an ascended Spot. Maybe it'd be about the same, but I wouldn't want to ascend a 6-star Spot, you know, when the 7-star exists, especially when I have the 7-star awakened, you know. So yeah, and Spot was he my first ever Titan? I think he was my first ever Titan pull. And so, of course, you know, that wasn't the best at first because he was unawakened. But after awakening him from the basic pool, that ended up being maybe even the best Titan pull. Maybe even better than Spider, Ham, Kushala, and Werewolf, actually, now that I think about it. Because he's rank 3, and they're not. So I kind of forgot that a Spot. I even got him from a Titan because, you know, I awakened him from the basic. But, yeah, just, my buddy Andy pulled me this Spot. It was during Vancouver. Had him, Bittersteel, and MSD around me. That was one of my favorite streams, actually, that I've done. It was such a good time. And yeah, the only really bad thing with rank 3 Spot is I just don't get to use him a whole bunch because he's banned quite frequently. But other than that, dude, he's my favorite rank 3 for sure. My favorite 7-star that I own. And yeah, guys, that is the full Legacy account overview. The start of 2024. The account is looking pretty good, and we'll definitely do an account tour, account overview showcase either at the end of the year or at the start of next year. I mean, we'll probably do one like somewhere in the middle as well, but I'll be very interested to compare my account now and then 1 year from now. You know, if I have maybe like a 7-star rank 4s by that point, maybe 1 or 2 of them, see how many more 7-star rank 3s we have, see just, you know, like how many 7-stars we're missing. So yeah, to get. I'm very excited for the year ahead in this game. So yeah, thank you guys for all the continued support on this crazy journey that is MCOC and YouTube and life. Hope you guys continue to support me, the channel, the account, and yeah, just thank you. Hope you guys all have a great day, And who do you think is my best Titan pull? You know, do you think it's Spot? Do you think it's Kushala? Do you think it's the Werewolf? Do you think it's Shield? Do you think it's Colossus? Do you think it's Danny Moonstar? Let me know who you think my best Titan pull was of 2023. And yeah, that's going to do it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy. Peace out.